Have you ever wondered what Earth will actually look like 1,000 years from now? Will our cities still exist? Will humans still rule the planet? Or will the world become almost unrecognizable compared to the one we know today? The truth is that predicting the future is impossible. No one can know exactly what Earth will look like in the year 3026. But by looking at today's scientific trends, technological advances, climate research, and humanity's history, we can begin to imagine a future that is both fascinating and surprisingly realistic. Think about how much the world has changed in just the last 1,000 years. 1,000 years ago, there were no airplanes, no electricity, no internet, no skyscrapers. Most people had never traveled farther than a few miles from where they were born. Now, imagine another 1,000 years of progress. The Earth of the future could be almost beyond recognition. One of the biggest changes may be our cities. Instead of expanding across the landscape, future cities could grow upward and downward at the same time. Enormous skyscrapers stretching several kilometers into the sky might house millions of people, while vast underground districts protect residents from extreme weather. Artificial intelligence could manage traffic, energy, food production, and emergency services so efficiently that congestion and waste become things of the past. Cars, as we know them, may disappear completely. Autonomous transportation systems could move silently through the air, underground tunnels, or magnetic rail networks traveling at incredible speeds. Roads themselves may become parks, forests, and public spaces as private vehicles become obsolete. Energy could look completely different as well. Humanity may finally master nuclear fusion, providing nearly unlimited clean power. Massive solar satellites orbiting Earth could collect sunlight in space 24 hours a day and beam energy safely back to the planet. Fossil fuels may exist only in museums, remembered as relics of a much earlier civilization. The natural world will also continue to change. Some coastlines may disappear beneath rising seas, while entirely new ones emerge elsewhere. Regions that are deserts today could become green through advanced climate engineering, while areas currently covered in ice may reveal landscapes that have remained hidden for thousands of years. Scientists are already studying technologies capable of removing carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere. In the distant future, humanity might even learn to influence weather patterns, reduce the strength of hurricanes, or restore ecosystems that were once believed to be lost forever. But perhaps the greatest transformation won't happen to Earth itself. It will happen to us. Advances in biotechnology and genetic engineering may allow humans to eliminate many diseases before birth. Artificial organs could replace failing ones indefinitely. Brain-computer interfaces may connect our minds directly to powerful artificial intelligence, giving future generations access to information almost instantly. Human lifespans could increase dramatically. Living well beyond 100 years may become completely normal. Some scientists even speculate that aging itself could one day be slowed or partially reversed. If that happens, society would change in ways that are almost impossible to imagine today. Education, careers, families, and even the concept of retirement could be completely transformed. And then there is space. Within the next 1,000 years, Earth may no longer be humanity's only home. Permanent cities on the moon could become thriving scientific and industrial centers. Mars may host millions of people living beneath protective domes or inside enormous underground habitats. Asteroid mining could provide virtually unlimited resources. Space elevators, once considered science fiction, might connect Earth to orbit, making travel to space faster and cheaper than boarding an airplane today. Perhaps our descendants won't even think of themselves as citizens of one planet. They may see themselves as citizens of the solar system. But the future won't necessarily be easy. Humanity will continue facing enormous challenges. New diseases may emerge. Powerful artificial intelligence will raise difficult ethical questions. Climate change, resource management, and global cooperation will remain critical issues for generations to come. The choices we make during the next few decades could shape the next 1,000 years more than any other period in modern history. History has shown that civilizations rise and fall. Empires disappear. Languages evolve. Technology changes everything. The world of 3026 may preserve very little of the society we know today. Perhaps future historians will look back at the 21st century the same way we look at the Middle Ages. A fascinating beginning, but only the first chapter of humanity's story. And maybe that's what makes imagining the future so exciting. Not because we know exactly what's coming, but because every generation helps build it. Every invention, every scientific breakthrough, every decision we make today becomes part of the world that future civilizations will inherit. So, what will Earth really look like in 1,000 years? No one knows for certain. But if history has taught us anything, it's that reality almost always becomes stranger than imagination. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey into the mysteries of space, science, and the future. Because somewhere, 1,000 years from now, someone may be looking back at our world, wondering how it all began. But the future of Earth won't just be shaped by technology. Nature itself will continue to transform the planet in ways we can barely imagine. The continents are constantly moving, even if we can't feel it. Every year, tectonic plates shift by just a few centimeters. It doesn't seem like much, but over the course of 1,000 years, coastlines will slowly change, mountains will continue to rise, and new earthquakes and volcanoes will reshape parts of the world. Earth has never stopped evolving, and it won't stop in the future. The night sky may also look different. Some of the brightest stars we see today will have changed position as they continue their journey through the Milky Way. New constellations will slowly form while familiar ones begin to fade. Future generations may look up at a sky that feels both familiar and completely new. And then there's artificial intelligence. Many experts believe AI could become the most transformative invention in human history. In 1,000 years, it may no longer be a tool we use. It could become a partner in nearly every aspect of civilization. AI might design cities, discover new medicines in minutes, solve engineering problems beyond human understanding, and even help govern entire societies. Imagine asking a computer how to cure a disease and receiving the answer within seconds. Imagine construction robots building entire skyscrapers without a single human worker. Imagine farms that harvest themselves, factories that repair themselves, and transportation systems where accidents become almost impossible. To people living 1,000 years from now, these things may seem as ordinary as smartphones seem to us today. But perhaps the most astonishing transformation will happen beyond Earth. By the year 3026, humanity may no longer depend entirely on one planet for survival. Gigantic space stations could orbit the Earth, housing hundreds of thousands of people. Lunar cities may become centers for science and industry. Mars could have rivers created by terraforming projects, protected domes covering entire valleys, and generations of people who have never even visited Earth. Some scientists even believe humans could begin exploring nearby star systems using technologies that haven't been invented yet. After all, 1,000 years is an incredibly long time. Think about this. 1,000 years ago, people fought with swords. Today, we send spacecraft billions of kilometers into deep space. Who can honestly say what humanity will achieve after another millennium? Perhaps we'll discover new forms of energy. Perhaps we'll learn how to manipulate gravity itself. Perhaps diseases, poverty, and hunger will exist only in history books. Or perhaps the future will bring challenges we cannot even imagine today. History has one lesson that never changes. Every generation believes it understands the future, until the future surprises everyone. Maybe the cities of tomorrow won't look anything like the ones we imagine. Maybe humans themselves will evolve, enhanced by technology and genetic science. Or maybe the greatest change won't happen on Earth at all. Maybe our descendants will spend more time among the stars than they do on the planet where humanity first began. And if that day ever comes, Earth won't stop being important. It will become something even greater. The birthplace of an interplanetary civilization. The world where everything started. The home every explorer will remember, no matter how far they travel into the universe. Because no matter how advanced humanity becomes, no matter how many planets we colonize, there will only ever be one first home. One blue world orbiting an ordinary star. The planet where our story began. And maybe that's the most extraordinary thing about the future. Not that Earth will change, but that humanity will change with it. 1,000 years from now, our descendants may look back at the 21st century the same way we look at the ancient world. They'll read about our first reusable rockets, our earliest artificial intelligence, and our first attempts to explore Mars. What feels like cutting-edge technology today may one day be displayed in museums as the beginning of a much greater journey. The cities we live in today may no longer exist. New coastlines may have formed. Entire forests may have returned to places that are now deserts. The world's tallest buildings could seem tiny compared to the megastructures of the future. And perhaps millions of people will wake up every morning, not on Earth, but on the Moon, Mars, or giant space habitats orbiting distant worlds. But no matter how far civilization expands, no matter how advanced our technology becomes, no matter how many planets we call home, Earth will always be different, because this is where everything began. Every language ever spoken, every civilization ever built, every discovery, every dream, every great achievement in human history started on this one small blue planet. Seen from space, Earth has no borders, no countries, no politics, just a fragile world floating through an endless cosmic ocean. Perhaps 1,000 years from now, humanity will finally see itself not as separate nations, but as one civilization, a civilization united by the same origin and the same future. The challenges ahead will be enormous. Climate change, artificial intelligence, space exploration, population growth, the search for new energy, the protection of our planet. The decisions we make over the next few decades could shape life for hundreds of generations to come. The future is not written. It isn't waiting for us somewhere ahead. We're creating it every single day. Every scientific breakthrough, every invention, every discovery, every choice humanity makes becomes another step toward the world our descendants will inherit. So, what will Earth really look like in 1,000 years? No one can answer that with certainty. But if history has taught us anything, it's that reality is almost always more incredible than imagination. The impossible becomes possible. The unimaginable becomes ordinary. And today's dreams become tomorrow's history. So maybe the real question isn't, what will Earth look like in 1,000 years? Maybe the real question is, what kind of future will we choose to build? If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey through space, science, and the future. Because somewhere, 1,000 years from now, someone may be standing beneath a very different sky, looking back at our time as the moment when humanity's greatest adventure truly began.